My name is Dr. Gichuhi Mwethera. I'm a reproductive health scientist working at the Institute of Primate Research as a senior research scientist. I hold a PhD degree in reproductive health from the University of Bristol, UK, a first postdoc from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill on molecular biology, and a second postdoc from the University of Leuven, Gaithersburg Hospital in Belgium on assisted reproductive technologies, or in vitro fertilization. About 12 years ago, I visited Cuba, and I was intrigued by Cuba because Cuba is a very small country with a smaller economy than Kenya, but they have one of the best healthcare systems. And I realized that the reason why this was so is because Cubans suffered blockade from the West for many years. And because of that economic blockade, they were not able to access even essential medical supplies like ARVs. But they responded to that blockade by setting up a biotechnology pharmaceutical manufacturing facility called ICGB, which manufactures all the medical needs for Cubans to the extent that they now export. So I felt challenged that with all the knowledge that I had, I have not been able to convert my knowledge into product and services. So when I came back, I embarked on developing 3 medical products. 2 of them are in the market. And this is a lubricating gel that is used to address the issue of dryness among women. And women can suffer dryness for many reasons. Being on certain stage of the cycle, using certain contraceptives, having reached menopause, using anti-cancer drugs. In fact, some women, when they're on anti-cancer drugs, they get so dry that walking becomes a problem. In the hospitals, the product is used during deliveries, and also when you're doing vaginal examination, like you want to do pap smear for the cancer test. And for men, it is used when you are checking the status or how healthy prostate is. So this product is in the market, and it has been approved by all the regulatory authorities in Kenya. The second product that is also in the market is this one called Muscan. This is a ultrasonic gel for ultrasound. In other words, you want to monitor the development of the baby in the womb. You smear it on the tummy, and then that allows you to use the ultrasound machine. Now, these 2 products are therefore geared towards improving sexual, reproductive, maternal, and child health. And they cost half the cost of the competing products. So they're basically contributing to a reduction in the healthcare in our country. Now, the third product, which is still undergoing tests, is a product that we're developing to prevent HIV infection and pregnancy. So this is basically a strategy that we are going to use to empower women so that they can have something to protect themselves against HIV and contraception or pregnancy without consent from the man. That one is still at a going test, and we have already completed preclinical trials in the monkeys, and we'll be looking for money now to do the human clinical trials before we can commercialize. Currently, there is no such a product in the market, and this is the only African developed product of that nature. Now, these products have won several awards, including 2019, the head of state recognized these innovations, and I was actually conferred with the MBS, Moran of the Order of the Burning Spear, and the president actually talked about it during his official speech in Jamhuri, during the Jamhuri Day celebrations. They've also won the Newton FAD Award. They also won the Tony Elmuru Entrepreneurship Award, won the African Union Innovation Award, and won the Nakosi Innovation Award. I think one of the things that we have to accept as people is that we need to support our own innovations and our own products. And that is why the spirit of Buy Kenya, Build Kenya came up. So we need to start with that let us embrace our own innovations, our own products. Even before we think about scaling them outside. I just give an example of the COVID-19, that people have actually realized that if you're not self-sufficient in terms of your production, not only in medicine, but also in other products, a time can come when you actually cannot be able to access products from outside your country. Now, I'm lucky because these products also won the African Union Innovation Award. And what that means is that now I can actually venture into other African countries. We've already actually sent some samples to Namibia, to DRC and Lesotho. And through Kenya and the networking that I managed to get when I went to London for the resident training, I've been engaging manufacturers in Europe, specifically in UK, to see whether I can give licensing manufacturing to a pharmaceutical or a manufacturing company there, so that I can then be able to access the European market. But again, the government has a lot to play, because I still believe that one of the things that the government can do is to say that if you have a product like this that has been innovated in Kenya, has been developed in Kenya, has been manufactured in Kenya, it should not be subjected to competition from other products. And I think that is what other countries do. And when you do that, then what happens is that you motivate other innovators. I think we now need to start looking at science from a business point of view, so that we can also be able to bring the corporate world, we need to bring the private sector on board. The only way the private sector is going to embrace our innovations is when they see that it can be converted into business. So what basically has been driving me to doing this is because I believe that for us researchers and scientists to be relevant in the 21st century, we now need to think in terms of science and business. The Kenya support has been very impactful to me. First of all, I was able to develop an investable, bankable business plan. And you see, it's not easy to develop a business plan. I'm talking about a business plan that now I can use to engage potential investors. Because for me to be able to roll out these products in the entire African continent and beyond, I need funds. Now, so that is one of the major achievements that I've made using the funds that I got from Kenya. The other thing is that the networking that I've received because of the trainings that I had in London, and the fact that we have a network of all the people who have gone through that program of LEAF, that the networking, the training and the mentorship, because again, through Kenya and through Newton Fund and Law Academy of Engineering, I got a mentor or a business coach who is based in London, and he even visited me, he even came to my house, and we've been in touch. And he's the one that I'm actually using to see whether I can get access to the European market through Britain, which is a place that I learned. And even when I went to London for those 2 weeks, the residential program, he actually took me to a lot of forums where I would engage potential investors. So I was very busy for those 2 weeks. Almost every evening, he would take me to a forum of potential investors and I would engage them. So I would say that it's been very helpful.